Now, here's your Friday sports betting podcast brought to you by OffshoreInsiders.com. We're going to have some free picks. Going to say where the lines are going and some sharp moves and a whole lot more brought to you by OffshoreInsiders.com and Joe Duffy's picks. 310 and 211 despite two losses yesterday by a combined 2.5 points. Actually, a lot of you got a push and even a winner on Seton Hall. Remember, during the conference tournaments, we usually release plays where there's really only one or two lines up, so you can't really shop for lines. So a lot of you have an even better record, both recently and long term. Now, college basketball is, quite frankly, coming as we file this report. We're sending this out a little bit early based on the back-to-back matchups. Got a little bit more time early in the morning, and then the lines start coming, etc. Anyway, 3 NBA led by a wise guy play for Friday, plus a bunch of college basketball likely on the way. Yeah, you can buy now, and any picks that are at it you will get at OffshoreInsiders.com. Joe Duffy's picks, the industry standard. Now, here are the sharp bets. This is where the sharp money is going. I do want to put an asterisk because of these back-to-back conference tournaments. Truthfully, it is incomplete in college basketball. These are the lines that were posted early. And again, as we file this report, again, honestly, not every line is even posted, but kind of an incomplete list, as I said. Georgia State, Cincinnati, Tulsa, the NBA. This is not incomplete. This would be the same as any other day. The Atlanta Hawks and the Los Angeles Clippers. Remember, this information is brought to you by mybookie.ag. If you want to support this free, absolutely free information, please set up an account. Use the promo code of Duffy. But most importantly, 30 years in the industry. I'm not going to send you to a sports book unless they are spectacular. They pay you on time. I guess it was yesterday. A client who's been with me since the score phone days, but usually bet with the local guy. He said, look, I set up an account at mybookie.ag. The first time he ever set up an account offshore, and he absolutely loves them. Sharp lines, can bet games in the middle of the night, so many more options, anything you've ever wanted from a sports book and more. mybookie.ag, and remember, offshoreinsiders.com. You got to shop for the best lines, and make sure you set up at several sports books. All the best ones are listed at offshoreinsiders.com. Free winning pick and away favorite versus an opponent off of a home win is 952 and 816, including an incredible 21 and 4 the last 25. This angle continues to win. It's red hot. Golden State minus the 4 against Portland. Once again, Golden State minus the 4 against Portland. Now let's take a look at some NBA news and notes. The Warriors and the Trailblazers. Portland will have 2 extra days rest. The Knicks and the Bucks. Knicks playing their at least a 4th straight road game. That's when we consider it significant. A little bit of regression to the mean, again, based on the so-called sweat barometer or margin of cover. We compare how each team has done season to date against the spread based on the margin, not based on the record. And teams with a -5 deficit, the worst spread team, does very well. That would benefit the Cavaliers, 116.51 and 1,444. Wizards and the Pelicans, solid underbet. Just the same theme here. Teams that are generally over teams that have an over margin of +5 or greater combined for the season, are actually an under bet. And the presumed tanking, we decided to look it up, especially the last 2 years where the Philadelphia 76ers made the tanking, or at least perceived to be, a good thing. Well, it looks like the odds makers over Justin. Of course, the public wants to fade teams that are presumed to be tanking. And therefore, guess what the sharp play is? Go with the presumed tanking team. Team with a winning percentage of 310 or less versus an opponent with a winning percentage of 390 or above. Actually, 222 and 150 the last 2 years. And again, the winning does go up based on the number of losses. So this is an angle that becomes stronger as the season goes on. And this would benefit Memphis once again. Memphis, and again, sponsored by OffshoreInsiders.com. If you like this free information that we do give on a daily basis, please give us a like. That will really, it's just a vote of confidence. Feel free to comment and ask any questions you want. Do you have a theory you want us to look up? We'll do that for you. Retweet this, embed it if you've got your own website. And if you're listening on the podcast, such as Stitcher or iTunes, please give us a 5-star review. Most importantly, the best handicappers and the most thoroughly vetted sportsbooks, your one-stop shop. offshoreinsiders.com. I will not send you to a terrible sports book. You always want to shop around. Oh, yeah, by the way, we almost forgot. The line moves, the biggest line moves of the day. Again, kind of incomplete in college basketball. But Prairie Valley A&M went from a 1.5-point underdog to a 3.5-point underdog. Georgia State, and that is against Texas Southern. Georgia State against Troy open up as a 3.5-point favorite. They're now a 5-point favorite. And, that's about it. Kentucky, 1-point line move from 4.5 to 5.5 against Georgia. Kansas from 5 to 6 against Kansas State. In the NBA, Toronto and Houston, this opened up as a pick. Houston now a 2-point favorite. Golden State and Portland, the pick we just gave you, they opened up at Golden State -4. They're now -6. And other than that, not really any other big line moves.